We've arrived in Boston's North End, and we've got enough time for lunch and dinner. We're gonna see as much as we can. We're gonna eat as much as we can. I think we picked a good spot to do it. For lunch, we're going to head to a sandwich spot called Bricco. Madeline has picked it out. Roast beef sandwiches are very popular in the Northeast, and they're supposed to have a good one. We've saved our appetite for the North End, and we think it's gonna deliver. The North End of Boston is best known as the Little Italy area. So the area is just covered in Italian restaurants. You gotta go down this alleyway to get your sandwich. I think that adds experience. All right, well, we've unwrapped this beautiful sandwich here at Bricco. Roast beef sandwich with provolone. It's got lettuce on there, it's got tomato, it's got banana peppers, red onions. We got the Italian seasoning on there. Let's do it, let's do it.
When you think of the Northeast, you think of New England, you definitely think of like a lobster roll as the definitive sandwich, but my research led me to the roast beef sandwich as being a popular sandwich here in Boston. We eat a lot of beef sandwiches in Chicago, and this is a good one. Really good bread too. They also had incredible looking fresh pasta in there. I mean, we've seen it on the street already, but inside looked amazing as well. Wish we were staying longer than just today.
Well, after a terrific sandwich to start our venture here in the North End, we're gonna head literally right next door and get an after lunch cannoli. It will not be our last cannoli of the day, however.
We're about to try our cannoli here at Modern Pastry. We got chocolate dipped with ricotta and pistachios. Looks amazing. Oh man. Yeah, that's good. That is good. And what can I say? This is absolutely delicious. I'm speechless. The filling is delicious. The shell is crispy. It's classic. It's gonna be hard to top. We're gonna try.
I could tell Madeline was excited about this one, so I'm gonna grab the north end of this cannoli, and I'm gonna take a big bite here. That's really good. So you can build your own here. They have covered a couple different ways you can build them. You can have just a plain cannoli, you can have a chocolate dip cannoli, you can have a cannoli covered in chocolate, and you can also stuff it with ricotta, with vanilla custard, chocolate custard, or whipped cream. And then you can have it dipped in almonds, chocolate chips, or pistachios. So the one we went with was chocolate dipped, filled with ricotta cheese, and pistachios on it. Definitely would recommend that, but you can get creative with it. Maybe try and switch it up a little bit later.
Well, now we're fueled up a little bit and we're gonna keep rolling in the North End and do a little sightseeing of some historic spots. behind me here is Paul Revere's house. And honestly, I just recognized it as we were walking by. I think like most kids end up in Boston, like it's a big family trip to take. And I literally just recognized it from being here when I was 12. Pretty cool. There's people just parked right in front of Paul Revere's house, which I find funny. But now it's all along the Freedom Trail. Now the Freedom Trail comes through this area too, like the big walking tour. We don't have time for that today, but we'll just see what we can see. Okay, we're going to go in. Paul Revere's house, $6 per person, self-guided tour.
I feel like that's a decent deal.
Oh yeah, I didn't think that was too bad.
Yeah, it was my point was like $10.
All right, ooh, no photography or video, so can't take you in with us.
Just walked out of the Revere House. Definitely worth the stop. You definitely learn a lot. It really jogs the memory from history class when you're in school. But it's well worth the stop when you're in the North End. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Paul Revere's house is the oldest remaining structure here in Boston, so very cool. Over 300 years old. Kind of a small house, and he had 16 children, so don't know how they all fit in there. And we're going to keep exploring here in Boston on this rainy afternoon. Well, now we are walking along the Freedom Trail a little bit here. We've left Paul Revere's house, and I guess we're just gonna see where the trail takes us. I absolutely love history, and growing up I always loved the Revolutionary War and learning about the Revolutionary War. So, I mean, coming here as a kid and walking the Freedom Trail was like the coolest thing in the entire world. And you know what? It's still pretty cool. There's sort of this mythology around like Paul Revere and George Washington, and I mean that's one of the cool things about Boston, is that just the history is all right here and you're just living among it every day.
Not gonna lie, if you ever get a statue in life, you want one of yourself riding a horse. That means you've really accomplished something. We just popped into Heritage Goods and Gifts right here next to the North Church, and they do a printing press demonstration. Very cool, very informative, and they sell some different prints that they actually make in-house. So we bought one about Paul Revere that we're going to frame because I find him to be such an interesting figure. So it's going to my office. By the way, all those times Madeline and I are like, we have such a great day here, it's perfect weather. I just want to state for the record today that we don't have perfect weather. It's like kind of misty and like 50 degrees, but it's all right. You know, you win some, you lose some. We tend to win a lot when it comes to weather. And we're still enjoying Boston, which I think is probably more like this than it is sunny and 70. So we'll deal with it. Over there, you got the Boston Garden. It's where they grow a lot of their fruits and vegetables. And then that's the famous bridge. But we're just kind of walking over the bridge to get a view. We might drive over to the sites over here. We'll see. This can be a hard city to plan your day in because the traffic can be pretty overwhelming at times. Well, today is about the North End, so we're back here in the North End. I know the Boston Garden is where they play basketball and hockey. One of the things I always want to do in Boston is go to a game at Fenway Park, but whenever, actually it's the Green Monster, I've got the right color on. But whenever I'm in Boston, the Red Sox are never in Boston. So if this video gets 100,000 views, I'll come back to Boston and sit on the Green Monster like I've always wanted to do and watch a Red Sox versus Cubs game, because Boston's got an old historic stadium, Chicago's got an old historic stadium. Chicago's old historic stadium is better. Fenway Park's pretty cool, but Wrigley Field is the best park in baseball. But we can all agree the Yankees suck. So we're gonna go get a slice of pizza here in the North End. We won't be the first ones who have ever done this.
It's been like 20 minutes since we've eaten. So.
No, it's been over an hour since we've eaten.
I'm kidding. We've done some walking.
We split lunch. We're walking. We knew today was going to be about eating. So we're trying not to stuff ourselves too much. But we're going to go to Regina's Pizza. They've had the same oven since like 1930. That's almost 100 years. So we're gonna go eat some old pizza. You do a lot of old things in the city. Also, I want to find a Sam Adams Brick Red. That's a red ale that Sam Adams makes that you can only get at bars in Boston. So, see if I can find one here. You'll notice the ATM behind me, like half of the North End is cash only. So, if you're coming, just bring cash, because the odds are you're going to find a place that says we don't take credit cards, which is something that I thought died during the pandemic. So many places did online ordering, but it's still alive and well here on the North End of Boston. All right, I've got my Brick Red. This is like one of my favorite things in Boston, is that you just can't get this beer unless you're sitting in a bar. It is good. It is very, very good. It's also really cold. Probably because it's temperature outside, but cheers, Boston. We're not gonna go to Cheers. Well, this will have to do.
Oh, hot. Okay, it's hot. Super thin, crispy crust. That's a good slice of pizza.
Here we go, Regina's. I do like the crust. You can definitely tell it adds something. For slices, they had cheese or pepperoni. Cheese is a little one note for me, but I'm gonna try the pepperoni. I like that better. Just left Regina's. The Brick Red beer was really what I wanted. Always happy to get that when I'm in Boston. One thing I do want to say, definitely a neighborhood pizza spot. The crust was good. The rest of the pizza kind of average. You can skip it, but it is kind of your classic neighborhood pizza spot. If you're in the North End, people from Boston say they do really good pizza. We're from Chicago, so that's maybe not our style of pizza, but it was solid. But was very glad to find the beer I wanted.
So for our next meal, we're here at the Daily Catch, and we got a half order of pasta aglio olio, and that has calamari in it. And then we also ordered the special, which is the halibut. We're getting it New England style. Not exactly sure what that means, but we're about to find out. Okay, our food has arrived. Here we have our pasta. It's the black squid ink pasta. It has a olive oil garlic sauce. And then this is ground up calamari on top. It is piping hot, served in the pan. So we're gonna get some pasta. I cannot touch anything, it is so hot. That is delicious. Very hot. I like calamari, so I think this is delicious. Very garlicky, which I also absolutely love garlic. And the pasta is pasta. I'm sure I've had squid ink pasta before, but I don't remember it.
This is my halibut served New England style. We think New England style is some sort of white wine and tomato sauce with sun-dried tomatoes and mushrooms on it. That looks delicious. It's really good. After our roast beef sandwich and pizza we had for lunch, we want to go a bit lighter for dinner. Halibut, definitely a good choice. Great dinner at the Daily Catch. Very good. I like the pasta. It's homemade. You could tell. If you're wondering, squid ink pasta doesn't have really any taste that's different. It just tastes like pasta. You just use the squid ink for coloring purposes. And now we're gonna take the long walk across the street to Mike's Pastries, which we're literally about to step foot in right now.
Unwrap our present here. We're ending our time here in the North End with the cannoli from the famous Mike's Pastry. This is a chocolate ricotta with chocolate chips. I mean, just look at that. Just look at that. Okay, here we go. It's different from the one we had earlier, which had the pistachios. Okay. I've been waiting all day for this. When we knew we were gonna be here, I was like, I wanna get one of these, so here we go. Stop talking about it. That's great. That's just great. Man, there's a reason why there's just streams of people in and out of there all day long. That is delicious. The shell is super crispy. The filling. Oh. That is delicious. And that is a great way to end our day eating here in Boston.
Right by Paul Revere's house.
Yes. Paul Revere would have loved these cannolis.
He will. Paul Revere. If I know anything about Paul
This
Revere.
is what Paul Revere rode for,
Yeah.
these cannolis.
My midnight ride is for a cannoli from Mike's Pastries. So this is a heartier cannoli than what we got earlier. And if you're wondering, like, are all the cannolis the same? I don't think they are. I think there might be a standout.
Not all cannolis are created equally.
Leave Boston. Take the cannoli. No.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli is the phrase.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, I did. I got it right. That could be the end. This gets 100 million views. I will eat 100 million cannolis.
And be sure to let us know in the comments all the places you love to eat in Boston, where we missed, and where we have to eat next time we're in town. If you want to see more from our adventures in New England, click right here. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.